Hey, you listening to this record, wake up. How would you like to be real monsters just like me and Rover?
Welcome to Hubba-Wha, a Muppet quiz show brought to you by toughpigs.com. It's your favorite quiz show that's not like the others. Here, Muppet fans, Muppet professionals, and everyone in between competes for fabulous prizes and to see who's this week's toughest pig. I'm your host, Becca Petunia of toughpigs.com. Today on Hubba-Wha, our contestants will be going on their own Muppet Monster adventure with a series of spooktacular questions themed around the lovable monsters of Sesame Street and the Muppet Show. But please, don't run away. Be kind to your neighborhood monsters. They might be hairy and sometimes scary, but they cannot help it. As always, these questions were written by me with help from that amazing Muppet resource, Muppet Wiki. And speaking of, let's agree to play fair today. Please don't look at Muppet Wiki or any other resource during this game. Anyone who cheats will be fed to the luncheon counter monster. So let's welcome some new folks into our Monster Clubhouse. It's time for our first round, which we call To Tell a Face. Contestants, buzz in to answer 3 questions about yourself. Whoever buzzes in first will get introduced first. Ready? Go. All right, Patrick.
Wow.
So, Patrick, what is your name?
My name is Patrick Kottner.
And Patrick, what is your history with the Muppets?
Oh, wow. I mean, that's a big question. It started as a very small child. My grandma had a lot of my aunt's stuff from the 70s and 80s, books and VHSs taped off a TV, stuff like that. And it just kind of grew and grew from there into an unhealthy obsession.
And what Muppet moment or Muppet thing scared you the most when you were a child?
Ooh. That's a great question. Do you know who one of the episodes that we had on VHS was the Vincent Price one. So we watched that a lot. So spooky Muppet stuff is like very early ingrained in my head. But the things that always creeped me out that I didn't like, which aren't necessarily scary. And it's kind of weird that this is like the thing that I remember just like feeling uncomfortable around, were the stalactites and the stalagmites. That would like talk and do, you know, one-liners and stuff like that. I think it's in the Vincent Price episode, right? Or the Alice Cooper one. It's in one of those two.
I think it's Alice Cooper.
Did Alice Cooper?
And yeah, Alice Cooper and Vincent Price were on the same VHS.
They were on the same VHS. So they're very intertwined in my brain. But I just remember not loving those. And I remember them creeping me out. And every time they zoomed out, I was like, oh, I don't like this.
All right. Well, that's 20 points right there.
Whoa.
Yeah, let's move on. See, here you go. Look at that. You're in the lead. You got a nice, comfortable lead. Anthony, I'm going to ask you the same 3 questions. Anthony, what's your name?
Anthony Strand.
Correct.
Although you said we're welcoming me into the Monster Clubhouse. So if this is Monster Clubhouse, then I'm Nerf.
Okay, I'm Phoebe.
All right.
Patrick is the elephant who has to come in and chase us in a circle.
Yes, so, I'll take that.
Anthony, what's your history with the Muppets?
I have always watched them as far back as I can remember. I'm sure I've told this on every.
I was going to say, I feel like by now you.
Yeah. But so I'll say this about Muppet. This isn't the creepy thing, but I remember reading the Muppet Show book as a kid before I ever saw the Vincent Price episode, and thinking Uncle Deadly was the coolest and best Muppet who ever existed, even though I had never seen or heard him in an actual production.
It's funny because, like, anytime anyone sees Uncle Deadly, that's what they think. And it's weird that it took the Muppets like 40 years for them to realize that.
Yeah.
Like,
It's very frustrating because he always used to be very high up there for me too. I'd always be like, oh, Uncle Deadly, he rules. He's like one of my favorites. And then you're like, he's in like 4 episodes of the Muppet Show. Like he's like not really in it that much.
And
Sorry to interrupt.
No, fine. And now he's basically a main character, but like in the new stuff. Like,
well, and now he's so I guess I'll come in with a hot take. Currently, he has the same performer as Kermit the Frog, and a million times more personality than Kermit the Frog.
Yeah, I'm not going to tread into those waters right now. You can.
But I'll say this. I think it's easier to give Deadly a distinct personality than it is to try to reinvent Kermit the Frog.
That's right.
1,000%.
Right.
You know?
And that's what I was going to say is Matt's great. Like Matt Vogel is a
tremendous
he's very funny. But like, what are you going to do with Kermit for 2 minutes?
Sure.
Time,
it's also fair that they haven't really given Kermit any good material.
Yeah.
Like he just isn't in Haunted Mansion really at all. And like, and Anthony, as you said, there's another question coming. What Muppet moment scared you the most when you were a child?
So this one I think is pretty common, but it's the sketch where Ernie and Bert are in an Egyptian pyramid and the statues come to life to torment Ernie, and he tries to tell his best friend, and his best friend disregards his concerns out of hand, and he slowly has a nervous breakdown and then is locked in a tiny room, 4,000 miles away from home by himself with a monster. And the resolution is that the monster thinks it's fun.
I don't remember how I felt about that sketch when I was a child. I was probably afraid of it. It's one of my favorites now. And actually, for Sesame Street's 40th anniversary, they did a t-shirt design contest. And I designed a t-shirt based on that sketch. I have to see if I can still find the design. But it's now one of my favorites. But it is extremely upsetting when you are a child.
And like we ran an article on Tough Pigs about that, and I didn't even write it. It was by Stacey Rosen, who I believe has also been on this podcast.
She has.
But so like I know I'm not the only one,
Anyway, you also score 20 points.
Oh, all right.
So there goes your lead.
Oh well.
All right. Well, now it's time for us to move into our second round, which is a little Muppet Monster game I like to call This Game is Not About the Little Muppet Monsters. I specifically wanted to get Anthony excited, and then... So specifically, this game is about the regular-sized monsters in the Muppet Troupe. I'm going to ask you a variety of different questions about the monsters from the Muppet Show. Some might ask you to remember names. Others might ask you to remember sketches or details. Regardless, each of these questions is worth 1 point. However, getting certain questions correct will trigger bonus questions, which are even harder and worth 3 points each. Please wait until I'm done asking my question to buzz in so the audience at home can play along. Here we go. Question 1. Jack isn't his name, it was his job in the Muppet movie. Patrick.
Sweetums, baby.
Correct.
Sorry, Anthony.
That's how it goes.
I'm going to apologize after everyone that I get right. I just want to make that clear.
They start easy and get harder. I'm aware that was a very easy one.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, Sweetums, who's he?
Yeah.
Question 2. This monster haunted the Muppet Theater in the Twiggy episode of The Muppet Show. Anthony.
Uncle Deadly.
That is Uncle Deadly. Question 3. The Mean Mama, a brown furry monster who once menaced Don Knotts, made one of her only 2 post-Jim Henson appearances in Muppets Now. During which segment did she appear? Which of those recurring Muppets Now segments? Anthony?
I do not remember, so I will just guess Lifestyle with Miss Piggy.
It was not Lifestyle with Miss Piggy. Patrick, any guesses?
Man, I'm just gonna throw one out there. Was it a Muppet Lab sketch?
It was not. It was a segment on Pepe's Unbelievable Game Show. The contestants had to throw socks into the Mean Mama's mouth.
Sure.
There was a bonus question here, though. So you guys are going to have to buzz in for the bonus question since neither of you got the regular answer correct.
Okay.
What was the only other post-1990 production to use Mean Mama? Patrick?
I'm just gonna say Muppets Tonight.
It was not Muppets Tonight.
Wow.
Good guess.
Okay.
This one is hard.
Yeah.
So it's probably she's in Muppets Race Mania or something.
She's not. It's actually the Dog City TV show.
No kidding.
Oh, wow. The animated one?
No.
Oh.
Or
They same show, but
yeah.
Sure.
Framing sequences.
During
Sure.
one of the puppet framing sequences,
Wow.
one of the characters has a nightmare, and that is the monster he is dreaming about.
Wow.
Otherwise, that character is not in Muppets Tonight or Race Mania or the 2011 movie.
Yeah.
Characters like that, it feels like it's such an easy one to use. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like you got the puppet. It clearly is not broken down if it's in Muppets Now.
If it's in Muppets Now, and it has
just use it.
It has no distinctive voice. It just
No.
yells.
Yes. Yeah. That's a very similar Uncle Deadly thing where it's like you
Yeah.
could do anything with
that character if you want.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Question 4. This monster, who asked Paul Williams for anything cheaper, is named after a sketch where he tried to upset a little girl. Patrick.
Beautiful Day Monster.
That is the Beautiful Day Monster.
Sorry.
Question 5. While this Muppet is referred to as Behemoth on Muppets Tonight, his current performer, Bill Beretta, usually refers to him by this name, after Bill's brother. Anthony.
Gene.
It is Gene. Question 6. Before their return in 2011's The Muppets, the large purple full-bodied mutations last appeared in which 80s Muppet production? Anthony.
Is it a celebration of 30 years?
It is not.
Huh.
Patrick, can you steal?
Is it the Fantastic Miss Piggy show?
It is not.
Oh.
It is something you guys both have seen, The Great Muppet Caper.
Really? Huh.
Oh, wow.
The bonus question was, which number or scene are they in? Anthony, thank you for buzzing in.
It's Hey, a movie.
They are in Hey, a Movie.
Yeah.
They are in the truck of monsters in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, another group of puppets that just didn't appear from the 80s to 2011. I think they might have broken down, though. I think they might have needed to be rebuilt.
And I guess also they sort of got away from characters that like don't really talk and are just like a costume.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And those guys don't do much.
They only, I think, needed to rebuild them because they wanted to redo the Muppet Show theme.
Yeah.
And speaking of this, in question 7, this monster was glaringly absent from all modern recreations of the Muppet Show theme. Anthony?
I just about said it right now while we were talking. It's Timmy Monster.
It is Timmy Monster. And Anthony, here's a bonus question. What was unusual about Timmy's eyes in season 1 of the Muppet Show?
Eyelashes? Had eyelashes?
Incorrect. Patrick, can you steal?
I don't know if I can, but this is truly the funniest question of all time. I love it so much. Hang on. Did he have eyebrows?
He didn't. He had these giant goggle-like wires that were seriously like
sure,
dinner plate sized. He's only in basically like one or two episodes that season, but you can see it in Ben Vereen. When Ben Vereen sings Pure Imagination, he walks out and he has these giant like hula hoops over his eyes. And last question of this round, which is again about forgotten characters with reappearances. That's what a lot of these monster questions are about, because that's really what there is to say about a lot of these monsters. Question 8. The Clodhoppers were a Muppet dance troupe of full-body monsters who looked kind of like Grover. They only appeared in 3 episodes of The Muppet Show, but they did dance with which guest star on Muppets Tonight? Anthony?
Is it Paula Abdul?
It sure is.
Yeah.
The one who makes sense to be dancing with strange creatures.
Right. I was going through every single one in my head. I was like, it's not this, it's not that. Yeah.
I know you guys watched all of those maybe a year ago.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Patrick.
I mean, I know Anthony watched all of those, but that
because I wrote a Tough Pigs article ranking them all.
Yeah.
Watched George Lucas talk
I was going to say, and then I know, you guys did a marathon.
I'm very pro Muppets Tonight. I love Muppets Tonight. I think it's fun. I think it's a shame. I think it's a shame how many characters they have not brought back to use from Muppets Tonight. I think it's a real bummer.
I think it was the kind of thing that was, there were absolutely some real terrible parts of it and some parts that have not aged well at all.
Yeah.
But
and it's also a weird thing where you talk about bringing characters back. There's been almost a whole cast turnover since then.
Yeah.
Dave Goelz and Bill Beretta are the only 2 performers from that show who are still with the Muppets.
Well, Brian came back for Halloween.
That's true. Yeah.
But and let me say this. I want to take credit for this publicly. When we did the Muppets Tonight rewatch, Brian was there, Bill was there, and we went hard on how much we missed Sal and Johnny. We went so hard, and they were not in production yet for Haunted Mansion, and guess who came back? Little Sal and Johnny. And I want to take as much credit as I can for that.
We'll give it to you.
Thank you.
I need to go just a sec.
Okay.
Now's my bonus point time.
Yeah, no, maybe I should ask you this bonus question.
Hey,
I guess I could give you a bonus point for bringing back Salmonella.
Yes, I would love that.
But anyway, as I was saying, some of it hasn't aged well, some of it isn't funny, but a lot of it is really funny and really clever. And I feel like if they got a second season, I mean, I know that we always say this about any TV show that's canceled, whether it has the Muppets or not. It's always like, if they just got a second season. But I do feel that way for Muppets Tonight.
There's just so many, like, even, I mean, I know that, Brian leaving and not performing for a long time takes out a lot of those, like, big characters. Like, I love
Kevin. I mean, Clifford, right?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
I mean, again, and also,
but I love Phil Van Neuter. Give me more Phil Van Neuter. I love, there's so many that I'm just like.
The funny thing about Phil Van Neuter, and here we are getting off topic again, but I shouldn't be surprised. The funny thing about Phil Van Neuter is I think the bookends of Tales from the Vet are hilarious. Then every time it's like the turkey that was in an oven. I'm like, this isn't funny. This part isn't funny.
Yeah.
So it feels so weird to like the bookend more than what is ostensibly a shtick. But the bookend is hilarious.
When I think of Phil, though, I think of Muppets from Space, which I love Muppets from Space, and that might be a hot take. I don't know.
Not here.
I don't know. I do too.
Not in this recording session.
Yeah.
We'll see. Who I get on next week.
But I think he's really funny in that movie. I don't know.
The funniest line in the whole movie is when he needs to check Gonzo's copay for the lobotomy. Anyway, Anthony, your bonus question and the last bonus question of this round. Which other Muppets does Paula Abdul dance with in that performance of Opposites Attract? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other characters or groups of characters.
So the only one I remember is Clifford.
Clifford is one of them.
And then I'll say Andy and Randy Pig, Thor, God of Thunder, David Hogselhoff, and
Craniac.
Yeah, is Craniac one of the Pigs in Space Deep Dish
Yes.
9 characters? Yeah.
He's the one who is a
Sure.
brain, who isn't a pig.
Sure, there you go.
None of those were right except Clifford. Patrick, can you steal?
I'm gonna just throw in mulch. No, okay.
No. So weirdly, this sketch was a weird Muppet Show throwback because it also featured Sweetums in one of his only Muppets Tonight appearance, Dog Lion,
Right?
Weird.
the boss men,
Yeah.
and Anthony, your favorites, the Extremes from the Jim Henson Hour.
Who
Who
sang
were-
Maneater, yeah.
They were going crazy doing the Neutron dance.
Yeah, right.
I didn't expect anyone to get that, but I
do
just
love those guys. I feel bad that I don't remember.
all right. So nice work. Let's move into our third game, the classic game of Order Muppets versus Chaos Muppets and all things that get out of hand. What's Prairie's problem? In this game, your goal is to state how a classic Muppet sketch gets resolved. I'll set up a problem and you are going to tell me how it gets resolved. This time, in honor of our monstery theme, each of these sketches is either a Muppet Show sketch involving some of the shaggy, fierce monsters of the Muppet Show, or a Monster Piece Theater sketch from Sesame Street. I will tell you the setup of the sketch. Your job is to solve the problem by telling me how the sketch ends. You don't have to get the wording. I'm not looking for a specific wording. You have to tell me how it resolves. Each of these questions is going to be worth 1 point. As always, please wait until I've finished describing the sketch before buzzing in and revealing the ending.
This is the whole game? This is a pretty silly game.
Here we go. Question 1. In a Muppet Show sketch, a woman sings "I Feel Pretty" while changing her face to look increasingly frightening. This is okay because she's got a date with Anthony.
Another monster.
It is another monster. I will give you a point for that. Anyone, Patrick, do you remember which monster?
Is it Beautiful Day Monster?
It is the Beautiful
That
Day
makes sense.
monster.
That makes sense.
I will give you a point for that. Question 2. In a Monster Piece Theater sketch based on The Sound of Music, Grover is sitting on a hill. The hill turns out to be Patrick.
A monster.
Wow, I can't believe I made a monster the answer to every question in this round. No, good guess.
Go ahead, Anthony.
Anthony, can you steal?
The hill turns out to be a Snuffleupagus. I don't remember. I truly don't.
No, it's alive with the sound of music.
Oh,
Oh.
just alive. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's-
yeah.
It's just alive.
Overthinking it. I'm overthinking.
I
it.
guess we
I
could
was too.
consider. I guess we could consider a hill that's alive to be a monster.
Half point.
No.
Oh.
Question 3. In a Monster Piece Theater sketch based on Little House on the Prairie, we find that a little house is Anthony.
On prairie, meaning Prairie Dawn, meaning
Correct.
on top of Prairie Dawn's head.
Correct. And later under, next to.
And then I think in, and then she says that's too silly. And then Cookie Monster says little house in Cookie, and then he eats the house.
Correct. Question
Classic.
4.
Just rewatch that one with my 4-year-old son not too long ago. It's on the I think the 50th anniversary DVD.
I believe so. Is that
think
the
that's
one that
right.
our friend Joe Hennis put together? Yeah.
Sure is, yeah.
So you guys are saying I gotta have a kid. That's what you guys are telling me.
Yeah.
That's the reason I'm not getting this.
That's why I had kids.
All right.
Listen,
All right.
I don't have a kid. I just have rewatched these recently.
Yes. Yeah.
I have no excuse.
Except that it's delightful. Yeah. That's
Yeah, I guess and my other
Yeah.
excuse is I write a Muppet quiz show for
Yeah.
toughpigs.com.
That makes sense.
Question 4. In a Muppet Show sketch, a big angry monster just wants to yell Hugga-Wugga and won't let anyone say anything else. A yellow thingy thing wants to sing You Are My Sunshine. The big monster keeps attacking, but in the end, Anthony?
The thingy thing blows him away with smoke out of the top of his head.
Yeah. He turns into a cannon. It's
Yeah.
a little hard to describe, but I'll count.
Sure.
Question 5. In a Muppet Show sketch, Madeline Kahn is enjoying walking through the park, pointing out all the beautiful things she enjoys. Dog Lion follows her, destroying everything she loves. Madeline starts telling him all the ways that Dog Lion is wonderful, which makes the monster... Anthony, 1 second earlier.
Shrink. He becomes tiny.
What happens after that?
I truly
Go ahead.
don't remember the very end of the sketch, though. So if you
Well,
want to
that's
steal
okay.
that.
Patrick, what happens once he becomes very small?
Man, I don't remember. I remember the sketch, and I would have said get smaller, but I don't remember how it
Does
ends.
she eat him?
No, she hits him with her umbrella and he goes flying away.
Sure.
Question 6. In a Monster Piece Theater sketch based on the 39 steps, Grover climbs 39 steps. At the top is... Anthony?
An exit sign?
It is not an exit sign. Patrick, you want to guess?
Slide.
A slide? I wish. Unfortunately for Grover, a brick wall.
That's better. That's better than
Yeah.
a slide.
And he gets very tired because he walked up 39 steps.
Uh-huh.
Question 7. In a Muppet Show sketch, the lunch encounter monster eats a talking machine, which keeps explaining its component parts as he destroys it. When he has finally eaten the whole machine, he learns that it's really... Anthony?
A bomb or some kind of explosive.
Yeah, specifically the most powerful explosive in the world, we are
Right,
told.
yeah.
Which I guess means that the entire Muppet Show is destroyed because the atom bomb existed in 1979.
Right.
Question 8. In a Monster Piece Theater sketch called Waiting for Elmo, obviously inspired by Waiting for Godot, Telly and Grover are waiting for Elmo under a tree and reflecting on all the different emotions they feel while doing so. Since Elmo, like Godot, never shows up, how does the sketch end? Patrick?
Do they just get up and leave?
No.
Okay.
Anthony, can you steal?
They Telly to start showing his triangle collection. I don't know.
No, the tree that they're waiting by gets bored and walks away.
Yeah, makes like a tree and leaves.
Now, guessing the ending to Sesame Street sketches is so much harder than guessing the ending to a Muppet Show sketch.
Right.
Because I feel like Muppet Show is like, I don't know, they get eaten, they
Yeah,
blow
yeah.
up.
Some explodes, yeah.
Yeah.
Sesame Street, yeah, a little harder.
Yeah.
Question 9. In the Harvey Korman episode of The Muppet Show, Thog is a ferocious beast trained by a master animal tamer. Thog explains that in the act, he wanted to ride this kind of animal, but Harvey Korman was afraid of it. Anthony?
Is it a pony?
It is a pony.
Mm-hmm.
And last question in this round. In a sketch based on Hamlet, unfortunately, Mel Gibson plays Hamlet. This is a Monster Piece Theater sketch.
Mhm.
Anyway, Mel Gibson is troubled by words. His friend Elmo, however, is troubled by... Anthony?
Letters.
Close. Elmo can't read, though. Patrick?
Numbers.
No. Elmo can't read pictures.
Okay, sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, that's one that, I don't think they re-air very often.
Yeah.
No.
But it was the reason I remember that one so vividly. In the Sesame Street Unpaved book, they had the full transcript of that written out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you know what? I own that book, but I also
It's in there.
probably read it once.
There's a big
1999
photo
or-
of Mel Gibson as well.
Wow.
So you can look
Yeah,
at him.
the 40th anniversary book has a big old Cosby page too. So
Yeah, I mean, it was only shortly after that book was published that. Anyway, so wait, what's that noise? Oh, it's Frazzle, here to tell us that it's time to play
Beat the time.
That's right. It's our special head-to-head round. In this round, the rules are a little different. I'm going to ask a question with many correct answers. Starting with Patrick, you will give an answer to my question. Then we'll move to Anthony. We'll alternate back and forth until someone gets a question wrong or takes too long to answer. Then your opponent will have a chance to steal. If neither player can answer, the round ends. That's right. This round is going to be about Frazzle. Now, Mr. Frazzle has emotions like the rest of us do, but he has his own way of showing them. Specifically, Frazzle always seems like he's saying the exact same thing, which the subtitles on Sesame Street's YouTube refer to as a laugh growl. That thing can represent so many different emotions, feelings, and phrases. Starting with Patrick, you will each take turns naming something that Frazzle's laugh growl could mean according to the classic Sesame Street song, Frazzle. There are 9 things that the Frazzle tones mention that it could mean when Frazzle goes. I'm going to give you guys a clue before we start. Most of these are emotions. Patrick, let's start with you.
Angry.
Surprisingly, no, Frazzle is never angry. Anthony, do you know one of the ways that what Frazzle's sound could mean?
Well, happy.
Yeah, they say glad, but I will give it to you for happy.
Sure, glad.
Because it rhymes more easily with stuff.
Yeah.
Patrick?
Sad.
Correct, because that also rhymes with a lot of stuff. Anthony?
Greatest day that he ever had.
Yeah, I'm counting that as part of glad, but I like that you sang it.
Oh, okay.
So
should I say something else?
Yeah, give me something else.
Hungry.
Hungry is one of them.
Yeah.
Patrick?
Now, if we said a word already, you would have told us if there was another word comparable to it.
Yes, I'm giving you things that are close.
Okay.
So it's not like mad. I would have.
That was what I was.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Great. Okay. So we said glad, sad, hungry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I apologize that you got stuck on a sesame one here.
Okay.
I know you don't know that as well.
Yeah, it's not as well, but that's okay. Glad, sad, hungry. Upset. That's sort of the same thing.
That's sad.
Yeah, I know.
Not all of these are emotions. Some of them are simple things that you might want to communicate.
Okay. Hello. No,
not hello. Okay. Good guess though, Anthony.
Thank you.
Well, Patrick, I'll give you one because one of them is yes.
Okay, one of them is yes. Patrick, can you guess another one?
What about no?
Incorrect. No, it is no. Yes. No is correct. Anthony, do you have another?
I'm feeling very sorry, but I really must go.
Correct. Close enough. It is thank you for the dinner, but it's getting very late, and now I really must go.
Is that what it is?
Yes. I transcribed these as I was watching the YouTube video. There are 3 that you are missing at this point. I can call it if neither of you know. Patrick, do you have a guess?
I mean, Anthony, how are you feeling right now?
I mean, I don't know. I like thinking about this song, so I'm having fun.
I could communicate how I'm feeling by going. Anthony, that's pretty good. Your Frazzle impression.
Yeah.
So there are 3 left. They are ways that you feel that are maybe not emotions.
I was like tired. One of them.
Tired is one of them, or sleepy.
Yeah.
Kind of like hungry.
Yeah.
The other 2 are like that.
I don't know. Excited?
No.
All right.
Anthony, anything?
I don't remember.
The other 2 are hot.
Oh, sure.
Cold?
You would think, but it is not sleepy.
Oh, that means he's hungry. That means he's hot. That means he's sleepy. That means he's not. Yeah.
Yes.
That's very funny.
So not sleepy technically counts as one.
I love that.
All right.
I love it.
Listen, I had to do that. I thought it was
I get it. Yeah.
It's great. No, I'm all about it.
And that Frazzle noise meant nice work. Now, for our final regular round, we're going to actually shift, in a way, to asking about classic monster and ghost movies. in a round I like to call Mystery Guest. And I'm glad both of you are here because I know both of you are movie buffs.
Mm.
In this round, I will describe an appearance by a guest star in a Muppet or Henson production. Your job is to tell me which actor or actress I'm talking about in this guest star role. What connects these actors together is that the correct answer to all of these questions is an actor who has appeared in a famous horror movie or a famous Halloween themed movie that maybe isn't very scary, but fits into that milieu. Sure. Each of these questions is worth 2 points. However, if neither of you can answer, I will tell you the spooky movie that the actor appeared in. If you do that, I will let you buzz in. And if you get it, then it is worth 1 point because you needed a clue.
But we're supposed to name the movie if we can?
If you can, sure. I'll give you an extra point if you can name a movie that the actor was in. Sure, why not?
A spooky movie.
A spooky movie.
Specifically a spooky movie.
Yeah, we can't just, sure.
Just any movie, yeah.
All right. So, as always, wait until I finished to buzz in. Here we go. Question 1. He was the master of a haunted castle that Fozzie and Gonzo rented for vacation. Patrick.
Vincent Price.
That is Vincent Price.
I mean,
can you name a spooky movie Vincent Price was in?
House on Haunted Hill. You gonna give me a point for everyone I can do? Because we can be here all night.
Because we'll be here all night.
There and list them.
The Raven, the Pit and the Pendulum. Yeah.
You still haven't gotten the one I wrote down though.
Abominable Dr. Phibes.
No,
is the one you wrote.
It's not.
Edward Scissorhands.
Edward Scissorhands. Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Wait, was it Laura? Was it Laura for some reason?
No,
because everybody thinks she's dead.
I'm gonna actually.
Was it the Comedy of Terrors?
No, I feel like this is
Witchfinder. Was it Witchfinder General?
This is one of his better.
Was it The Fly?
Was it The Fly?
Was it The Tingler?
It was The Fly, but I appreciate.
Was it The Brady Bunch Goes to Hawaii?
Right. No, it was actually what is it? The Scooby-Doo, the one that had
the 13 Ghosts of
Scooby-Doo. Yeah.
I was at a friend's house for, I want to say, it was a Halloween party, and they were like, I'm just going to put on every episode of 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo because there were only like 12. Like,
no, there's 13.
Is there an even 13?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, there's exactly. Yeah.
I felt like it hadn't gotten there because Hanna-Barbera did some weird stuff at that point.
Right.
Anyway.
That's so funny.
Question 2. He played both of the Wright brothers on The Muppet Show. Anthony.
It's Marty Feldman.
It is Marty Feldman. From which spooky movie?
Well, Young Frankenstein is what you're talking about, I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah. The poster, the tagline on the poster was the scariest comedy of all time, which I'm not sure is accurate, but there you go.
I don't think it is. I mean, I've seen Freaky and Happy Death Day, and they're a little scarier than Young Frankenstein. I wouldn't call either of those scary to begin with, but
yeah.
Question 3. She performed the voice of Aughra in the original Dark Crystal. Anthony.
Billy Whitelaw?
It is Billy Whitelaw. From which horror movie?
Poltergeist.
I don't think she's in Poltergeist.
She's not in Poltergeist? Oh, wait. No, I know what it is.
I'm going to give Patrick a chance to steal.
All right. Okay.
Do you know which horror movie Billy Whitelaw is in?
I'll say The Omen.
It is The Omen.
Whoa! Yeah. I fully pulled that out. I just made that up.
Yeah, she wasn't in Poltergeist. You just scrambled them.
Okay.
I panicked.
I panicked. What's her name? Zelda.
Thinking of Zelda.
Yeah. Because you know about movies. So I was like, wait, am I wrong? Question 4. Big Bird appeared as a guest star on this actor's short-lived sitcom. Anthony.
Dan Aykroyd, Soul Man.
It sure is Dan Aykroyd, Soul Man.
And the spooky movie is Casper, where he plays Ray Stantz from Ghostbusters.
I'll give you a point for that, but that was not what I wrote down. But you're right.
So it was Nothing But Trouble.
Nothing But Trouble. Yeah.
Yes, that was the one.
We both made that joke. I love it.
Casper's a great pull, though. That's a good one.
It counts.
He's got a weird. It's in that weird race dance time frame where he had a mustache.
Mustache, yeah. Can I be candid? I absolutely hate Dan Aykroyd's cameo in Casper. That's why I think about it.
No, that movie is so weird.
It's bad. That movie is not good.
Yeah.
No, I have it on VHS though. For
Patrick, am I correct that you tweeted today that you wanted Dan Aykroyd to come on the George Lucas talk show?
Of course I do. I've gone out to his reps so many times, and I've said he can come on for as long as he wants, and truly all we will talk about is Crystal Head vodka. We will all drink Crystal Head vodka. Connor does not drink. We will do whatever he wants to do, and every response we get is no.
Oh.
Yeah, so I said we're taking it public. I said we're going to tweet at him. I don't care.
You're the one show that would let him just drink, just talk about his vodka and his weird thoughts about the universe.
We won't even talk. Just say whatever you want, Dan.
That's how your show works.
If you want to bring up that weird thing that you said on Larry King, where you said aliens used to come to Earth all the time, and then they saw 9/11 happen, and now they don't come anymore because they got upset with us. You can say that on the George Lucas Talk Show, Dan. It's a real quote from Dan Aykroyd.
Well, Big Bird was on one episode of Soul Man.
Oh man,
so
a home improvement spinoff.
Yeah, it was a backdoor pilot situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Question 5. She experienced a ton of emotions while running into Elmo on Sesame Street. Anthony.
Susan Sarandon?
It is not Susan Sarandon. You know, I didn't have a Susan Sarandon question here, but I'd like to write one. I wish I had. Patrick, do you know?
I'll just say Jamie Lee Curtis.
It is Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
From the classic horror movie.
Halloween 2.
Correct. I was going to say she voices the loudspeaker at the factory in Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
Oh, did she really? Is that true? That rules.
I love Halloween 3, Season
I
of the
do
Witch.
too.
I've only seen Halloween. That's the only Halloween movie I've ever seen.
Oh, buddy, you gotta watch at least
Halloween 3. Yeah, skip all the others and just watch 3.
Yeah, people talk about it being secretly good or whatever.
Well, the secret of Halloween 3 is
that Michael Myers isn't in it.
Michael Myers isn't in it, and Halloween is a fictional movie in the plot of Halloween 3.
Oh, is that right?
Correct.
It's a bunch of spooky masks.
Yeah, it's very Halloween themed.
Yeah, I should watch it.
I don't care for Halloween 2. But anyway, question 6. He played choreographer Luc Fromage in It's a Very Merry Muppet Christmas Movie. Patrick.
Matthew Lillard.
It is Matthew Lillard from the horror movie
Scream.
Correct.
From the horror movie She's All That.
Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed.
I guess I'd count that.
I love that Matthew Lillard is so good at playing Shaggy in Scooby-Doo movies that he's been voicing Shaggy ever since.
Still doing it. Good for him.
That's so good.
Controversially, not in Scoob.
Not in Scoob. Right. Yeah.
No.
Question 7. She directed Telly Monster as he tried to recite Little Jack Horner. Anthony?
So I don't remember this, but you said she directed him, so I'm going to guess it's Penny Marshall.
It is not Penny Marshall, but great guess.
From Hocus Pocus is what I was going to say.
Yep.
I'll say Kathy Najimy.
It is not Kathy Najimy. I'm going to give you guys a clue that is going to give this away.
Okay, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
The clue is The Silence of the Lambs. Patrick.
Jodie Foster.
Correct. It's not the actress who plays Jodie Foster's friend in The Silence of the Lambs.
I was trying Brooke Smith. I should have said Brooke Smith, the woman in the pit. That's who that
was actually the dog. And last question of this round. He guest starred on the March 13th, 1976 episode of Saturday Night Live and was annoyed when Scred interrupted one of his sketches. Patrick?
Oh, man. Elliot Gould? I don't think that's right.
No, it's not. But, he could have. Anthony, a guess?
It's Anthony Perkins.
It is Anthony
And
Perkins.
You're right.
the Planet Gorge or Land of Gorge characters are in that one a whole bunch. They like keep popping up throughout the episode. And his hit horror movie is, of course, Psycho 2.
That was the one I was thinking.
Not Psycho for the beginning.
Is he? Is he in Psycho for the beginning?
Is he in it? Psycho for the beginning?
Is he in it?
Yeah, he's in Psycho for the beginning.
Again,
Yeah.
it's just like the Halloween situation.
Listen,
Like
he got out of prison. He's calling into a talk radio show to confess what he did. He killed his mother's boyfriend, and it's flashbacks with him and Henry Thomas, who played Little Elliot in E.T. as young Norman Bates. It's a made-for-Showtime movie.
casting.
Olivia Hussey plays the mom. He also directed it. Guys, you want me to just keep talking about Psycho 4 the beginning, a movie I watched less than a month ago?
Let me guess. Psycho 4. It's probably as good, if not better, than Psycho, correct?
I'll say this. I think all 3 Psycho sequels are pretty fun.
It's the same situation as Halloween. I've seen the Hitchcock movie. I've seen the John Carpenter movie. You know,
Psycho
and then I
2,
haven't seen
Psycho
any
2 is
sequel
really
by
good.
anyone.
Psycho 2 is
that
really
true?
good. Yeah.
And it's new, right? It's from like 1983 or something.
Something
right?
like that.
It's like a million years later.
Well, and then there's also the remake of Psycho 1, right?
Vince Vaughn, baby.
Saw that.
Yeah.
And Heish.
Yeah. William H. Macy. Here, let's do this. This is our frazzle game.
See,
We just go down the cast.
Vince Vaughn, of course. Easy one.
Okay.
Vince Vaughn from my favorite horror movie, Freaky.
Freaky,
It's not my favorite, but I do really like it.
Philip Baker Hall.
Viggo Mortensen.
Julianne Moore.
I'm not gonna stop you guys.
Rita Wilson.
Rita Wilson. Oh, she's the co-worker.
She's like the Pat Hitchcock character from the original. Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to think of any other character in that movie.
Right. That's
the problem. Is there aren't that many characters who plays Psycho. Like
William H. Macy is Martin Balsam, right?
Yeah. Who's the boyfriend?
It's Viggo Mortensen.
Oh yeah.
That's
like you guys might have named all the characters.
There's like the police chief's wife. There's the doctor at the end. Those are the 2 I don't remember.
Yeah,
right. But, I don't remember. I also haven't seen it since 2001 or something.
But again, famously, it's not a huge cast in that one. Like,
but we did pretty good. We did pretty good.
Yeah. Listen, you know what? I'm gonna give you guys each 4 points.
Yeah.
For Psycho 4.
Thank you, evening us out.
But since you each get it, it
does not matter.
All right. Well,
what fun.
Now we're moving into the end of the show, but now the points are even bigger. This round is the anything in the world prize game, because now you 2 are able to ask me anything in the world, or at least anything in the world of the Muppet Monsters. Each of you will get to ask me a question about those furry, chaotic creatures. If you stump me, you will earn 10 points. Here we go. Patrick, do you have a question for me?
I do. And mine is sort of, there's 2 parts to this answer.
That's fine. Okay. Listen, I make my questions nightmares. You can make your question a nightmare.
So there's a guy that I love. His name's Splurge. Okay.
Man,
Splurge.
we might have the same question.
Oh,
that's who mine is about.
I'm ready.
I have to imagine it is, because there's not that much to splurge.
Okay. You're both going to tell me the question, and then I'm going to answer both of them, because I don't want to answer. We'll figure this out.
Why don't you take off your headphones really quick, and we'll confer and see if we have the same question.
Okay, let me hold on. Let me. I'm literally going to turn this off. Just wave your hand.
Great.
All right.
Can you hear us? Okay, great. Go ahead.
Becca. So mine is
best news. 2 different questions.
Different. All right. Okay. That rules.
Okay. Are they 2 different splurge?
Different splurge.
They're 2 different questions.
Yes. This is what I dream of at night.
Now, I saw Splurge this weekend, because Splurge is at the Center for Puppetry Arts.
Is he really?
Yes, and I was very excited to see Splurge.
I was saying I haven't gotten out there yet, but
I gotta go. I gotta go back.
Gotta.
He wasn't there when I was there.
Oh yeah, he's there and he's beautiful.
I'll plug this, even though this episode is coming out after your episode. But the George Lucas Talk Show was at the Center for Puppetry Arts in Atlanta last week. And they had a special guest, Steve Whitmire.
Yeah, we went to the center. Our show was at this place called Dad's Garage, which is an improv theater down there. But Steve Whitmire was on our show, and it was rad. And I assume by the time this is up, it will be on YouTube, so you can probably watch the whole thing on YouTube.
I'll link it in the show notes.
He brought Weldon with him. It was Weldon's first in-person live appearance, and it was very exciting.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Patrick, I would love to hear your splurge-themed question.
Okay, so as we know, Splurge is a big purple man. Man, woman, I don't know Splurge.
I don't know either.
Gender expression. But there is one appearance, from what I can tell, where Splurge is not purple. Do you know what color Splurge was one time and where the appearance was?
Okay, he was blue and
Okay.
not purple.
Okay.
But I do have to name where.
Yes. And I think this is an all or nothing scenario.
Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
I make it harder for me.
Yeah.
I'll be generous with you guys.
Sure.
But
Sure.
this is on me.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to, be prepared here. It's on one of the talk shows, right? Was he ever on a talk show? I guess I'm going to say The Tonight Show.
Incorrect. 1966 appearance on the Ed Sullivan Show. He's blue. You got the blue. You got the blue right.
Yeah. No, that I know because I've seen the pictures. It's just
Yeah.
trying to remember.
Sure.
What it's from.
Yeah, as you can tell from how I write these questions, I will just sit on Muppet Wiki and just literally click through pictures.
Of course. Absolutely.
Like that's the way that I get these questions written.
Yeah.
So I remembered seeing him being blue.
Yeah.
I don't remember Ed Sullivan. But hey, that's 10 points, Patrick.
There you go. That makes up for the frazzle round.
Well, it depends. Am I going to get Anthony's?
Oh boy.
Anthony, you've got a splurge question for me.
I do. So we all know Splurge, of course, from
He's a big purple man.
From his breakout supporting role in Hey Cinderella, shortly after his Ed Sullivan appearance. But 30 years later, Splurge starred in a picture book, part of the Jim Henson's Scary, Scary Monsters book series. What was the name of Splurge's picture book that he starred in?
It's called New Friend, Blue Friend.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It's called New Friend, Blue Friend.
Swish. His new friend, Blue Friend, is a slipper that fell over a waterfall from the human world into the world of Jim Henson's Scary, Scary Monsters.
But what's the name of the New Friend, Blue Friend? Because that should have been my question.
You can't add in a second. You can't add in a second part.
I'm just wondering if you know.
It's like Schmorbles or something.
Yeah, it's floofy.
I should have guessed.
I like Schmorbles better.
Yeah,
that really should have been my question.
It should have.
Yeah,
you underestimated me. You underestimated my knowledge of Jim Henson's Scary, Scary Monsters. I think there were maybe 2 picture books ever produced in that line.
No, they did one for every Scary, Scary Monster.
Oh, okay.
But all of the others were original characters, and then inexplicably Splurge.
There's
not inexplicably.
7. Oh wait, no. There's 5. There's 5.
Okay.
There's New Friend, Blue Friend. Norbert is nosy. Shuby is short. I'm gonna skip one and then come back to it.
Okay.
Zuzu is zany, and then there's one that I don't like, and this one is called Smooch is a Smoocher, and I don't like that one.
Folks, I hope Smooch got everyone's consent before smooching them.
I hope so too.
All right. Well, let me quickly tally the scores, and then we'll move into our final round. This is close.
Yeah, because I didn't ask you about Floofy.
Yeah. So our current scores, because you didn't ask me about Floofy or about Smoocher the Smoochy or whatever. Death to Smoocher the Smoochy.
Yeah, that's the title. Yeah.
Yeah. So because you didn't ask me about that, our current scores are Patrick with 47 points and Anthony with 49 points.
Whoa.
Whoa.
And that's including the 4 bonus points I gave each of you for knowing so much about the Psycho remake.
That makes sense.
Sure. Yeah,
it's a reimagining.
Except with very little imagination.
Uh-huh.
Very little imagination. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of I don't have a transition. Hold on. Speaking of things that probably shouldn't happen, I'm going to ask you a real challenging question in our final high stakes competition, Say the Word. In this round, you can wager any amount of points. The winner gets those points, the loser loses them. It's kind of like on that other show. You will, unlike on that other show, get to hear the question before you wager. So now your question. While he isn't a Muppet monster per se, vampires are monsters. And our favorite vampire is Count Von Count. In various projects over the years, the Count's age has been given as different numbers. However, most recently, in a 2017 interview with Wired, how old does the Count claim he is? Neither of you are going to get this exact, but whoever gets the closest will win their bet. How old does the Count claim he is in the most recent interview on this subject? All right. So neither of you got it exact. Anthony, what did you guess?
I guess 900.
You guessed 900. Patrick, what did you guess?
I guess 3,467.
The correct answer that no one was going to get is, of course, 6,523,728 years old. I do want to note, I did my research. 6.5 million years ago is when the first hominins developed, meaning that the Count is one of the Earth's first humanoid beings. Of your guesses, Patrick, 3,467 is closer to 6.5 million than 900 is. I'm not a mathematician, but I think I know that. So, Patrick, you win back your bet of 47, bringing you to a score of 94 points. And Anthony, unfortunately, you're three losses for 3, but we will get you back. We will get you back.
Can't believe it.
I mean, I've already sent you a magnet anyway.
You sent me a magnet of Derwood Clapper. That's true.
I sure did. With 94 points, our winner and this week's toughest pig is Patrick Cotnor.
Wow. So sorry, Anthony.
Yeah, it happens.
I put that last question in as like a complete, like, it's anybody's game
Absolutely.
Thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I said, I didn't think anyone would get that. Anyway, Patrick, you win your choice of these seeds that will let you grow your own cookie tree.
Okay.
Or this very weird magnet I made of the mirror reflection of Grover from Monster in the Mirror, because I wanted to draw a monster no one ever had.
Man.
Patrick, I don't know how you could choose in this case. Let me tell you, I've given you Sophie's choice.
Here's what I'll say. When you said the seeds that grow the cookie tree, I was so excited. But then you held up that picture and I was like, never mind, I want that picture.
Well, congratulations. You have the horrible nightmare Grover that appears in that one scene of Monster in the Mirror.
Wubba, 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 woo, woo.
Yeah, I was upset that I couldn't write a question with Hubba-Wha as the answer here. So
Sure.
I had to do that. And anyway, that brings us to the end of another one. So guests, where can people find you if you wish to be found? Let's start with Anthony.
Well, I'm on toughpigs.com where I write occasionally, but much more often I host Moving Right Along, a Muppet movie podcast that is not on the same feed as this one, but is like, we like to think of ourselves as the flagship podcast of toughpigs.com. I don't know if that's accurate, but we have the most episodes.
I'm kind of like the offshore casino ship of Tough Pigs.
This show's international waters.
Yes,
That's what you're saying.
Right. And actually, my esteemed opponent, Patrick, will be on Moving Right Along right around the time this comes out, I think.
Yeah.
He was one of our earlier guests.
Probably.
For this
Yeah,
season.
it depends. You know, I have to talk to Joe about scheduling, but
Yeah.
we'll work it out.
And Becca's going to come on and talk about Michael K. Frith designing Muppet Monsters on our show, I'm sure.
I sure am. That's what I requested to be on.
But other than that, I'm not on much public social media these days. You can follow me on Letterboxd at Zeppo Marxist if you want to read my thoughts on mostly old movies.
Gee, I can't imagine why you wouldn't be on most public social media these days. I don't know why you would choose that. And Patrick, where can people find you?
Yeah, they can. You can find me on Instagram at Cotner, Cotnoir, or on Twitter at Patrick Cotner, PatrickCotnoir. Right now, I'm trying to get more Twitter followers than the canceled NBC show About a Boy, and I'm very close. I'm within 100. We're getting real close. You can also watch the George Lucas Talk Show, which is a talk show that I produce and sort of co-host with comedians Connor Ratliff and Griffin Newman. Connor plays George Lucas. Griffin plays the character Watto from the Star Wars prequels. And they interview real guests as themselves. You don't have to be a Star Wars fan to watch. In fact, most people who watch have never seen a Star Wars movie, weirdly. But Steve Whitmire's on either a recent one or an upcoming one. We had a very long Muppets Tonight marathon where we watched every episode, and like Brian was on and Bill Beretta was on and Leslie was on and a ton of people were on. It's crazy. But, Weird Al's been on and Seth Meyers has been on and Darcy Carden, crazy fun people. Go check that out. Also, if you're in New York or you like improv, I produced a show called Rat Scraps, which is an improv show where famous people come in and tell stories from their life, and then improvisers do scenes based off that story. And you can, it's every Sunday. You can come watch it in the city, or you can literally stream it from anywhere in the world. It's very fun, and I recommend people check it out.
All right. And of course, you can find Tough Pigs at toughpigs.com or Tough Pigs on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you like our work, consider donating to the Tough Pigs Patreon, where you could get even more exclusive free stuff. We also, and I gotta be plugging, we've also got Tough Pigs t-shirts for sale if you go to our website, including a t-shirt promoting Hubba-Wha. So you can let everybody know that you've got very normal taste in podcasts. I'd like to thank some people for helping out. Of course, our guests. Thank you both so much. Thank you, me, for writing and editing and producing the show. And also thanks to Stacey Rosen for writing the theme music for this show. Thanks to Richard Gomez for doing some new artwork for the show. Thanks to Joe Hennis, the Tough Pigs Muppet Fan Podcast executive producer. And thanks to Grover for being big and tall and very smart and kind of cute and wonderful. And lastly, thanks to all of you at home for being with us on Hubba-Wha, the Muppet Quiz Show. And as always, family dinners are really great. We eat the food and then the plate. Good night, everyone. You're listening to the final episode, and this is going to be edited out and replaced seamlessly with this. There's going to be the noise of Frazzle right here. Okay. And I'm going to say, wait, what's that noise? And then there's going to be the noise of Frazzle again. I'm going to seamlessly edit that in. And then I'm going to say, oh, it's Frazzle.